just a big party in Madison.
I think Elaine Bennis is giving dance lessons here at the University of Wisconsin.
Boy, I tell you what, I'd like to start all over. Take the SATs and come on out here to Madison to school. This is some place.
You think you'd score over 700 this time?
I'd sign my name more than twice. Don't you get 200 for signing your name? Here's a pass that looked deep. Sacco's got a guy. It's caught by Evans.
Well, the freshman learned something from the senior Sorgi.
Stacco threw a strike, 49 yards. Evans laid out, and boy, he's got some hands.
If you give number 3 a chance, this is the double move that he loves to run. Considine does a nice job, even tries the arm bar. Well, that's just the finish of the play, though. He's had a couple of drops early in the game, which is so unlike him. He has such sure hands.
Runs against a cover 2 and outraces the safety. Unbelievable.
And how many times do you think Norm Parker told Considine to cover 2? You do not allow number 3 to go by you. This guy is something.
First down, Badgers. The big guy, Smith. And he takes his 230 pounds right up the gut.
It's been an unbelievable career for Lee Evans. Last week, he put the cherry on the top with that unbelievable game against Michigan State. You mentioned that cover 2 they just ran. For some reason, Michigan State decided they could cover him one-on-one. And he also has the Wisconsin career record with 26 receiving touchdowns. Quite a journey this young man's been on. Blew out his ACL in the spring game 2 years ago. Had to have a second surgery because of some rubbing in that knee. Wondered if he'd ever get back to play for Wisconsin.
Got 58 catches on the year, leads the Big Ten with 99 yards a game. Stacco throws again to Evans, and this one's too wide. Couldn't bring it in. Let's go downstairs. Here's Sam.
Well, Tim, Eddie was just talking about Lee Evans and his knee surgery. Doctors told him he had to have the surgery redone. He told me he was shocked and angry when he heard that. Now, there was swelling from within the meniscus, he told me. The ligament didn't hold either, so they had to go back and redo the whole thing. He told me what got him through it all was writing his thoughts in a journal. He didn't want to seem helpless and tell anyone how he was feeling, so he put it all down. He said sometimes when he has a rough day, he reads the old excerpts and realizes, hey, I don't have it that bad now.
He's special. Hey, Sam, let me ask you this. We're up here undercover. How bad is it down there?
It's pretty slippery down here. This is field turf that they have down here. When you put your hand on it, it's holding all the moisture, so it is slick on the ground. It's just misting in the air, though, where the ground is what's conditioned.
There is a flag on the play as Evans takes it inside the 25.
Yeah, they're going to have an illegal block in the back. Mike Lorenz, the right tackle, hit Grant Steen square in the back.
And they'll call it back.
Actually, I believe it was the fullback, Matt Bernstein.
Under 6 minutes we go.
It was, in fact, Matt Bernstein who hit Grant Steen as Steen was doing a really nice job. Got over there, was about to make the play on Evans.
Illegal block in the back on the offense. That's a 10-yard penalty. Previous spot. Repeat. Third down.
You know, he is listed, Bernstein is, at 273. Talked to the coaches earlier this week. They called him 267. So I thought they had like a guard playing fullback, but he gets out in the flats. He's got good hands. He's made several catches here tonight.
Well, he paints his face like Chris Hovan, the nose guard from the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier in this game, the first quarter.
He may eat his way to the defensive line before too long. And you have to accept the penalty there if you're Iowa. It would have been fourth down, but in a game where it's a 6-point spread, don't want to leave Wisconsin in field goal range. And the luxury now Norm Parker has in 3rd and long is with Hodges, Roth, Klaus, and the way his walk-on Tyler Luebke has been playing. No need to bring pressure. He can drop 7 and still get plenty of pressure on the young Stacco.
Touchdown ties the game. The extra point would give them a 1-point lead. It's 3rd down, but they need 18. Throws a little swing pass. This is Daniels. Daniels isn't even going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Abdul Hodge ran him out of bounds.
I was just watching Abdul Hodge as he followed the motion. Owen Daniels, who's kind of a hybrid H wide receiver. Watch the speed by Hodges as he sees Daniels, reads it right now. Look at the ground that he makes up. Good job of getting himself back on balance. We've just talked about how the field is slick. Did a great job, and this was a good penalty for Iowa to accept.
This is a high punt that'll go into the end zone. No, it'll hit at the 1 and be downed at the 1. Great coverage by Wisconsin. Byron Brown is second down of the game, 35 yards, and Brown downs it at the 1.
It did look like that ball was just going to go straight into the end zone. R.J. Moore's kicked this ball flat and low. But we've been talking about this field turf. If you have never walked on field turf, it is really soft. It's almost like one of those mattresses when you stick your hand in and your fingerprints stay, because that ball on a harder surface goes right into the end zone. Good hustle by Byron Brown.
It's like using the 60-degree lob wedge. Had a little backspin at it.
It's a pro V1 football.
Well, he couldn't get possession of it, and his legs kicked it out to the 6, so it's just out beyond the 5. First down and 10. Stutter step, tackled at the 3. Russell loses yardage. Welsh got there first, and Lewis was right behind him.
Penetration. Inside move. Robert Gallery was expecting help from his guard and did not get it. Jonathan Welsh gets inside and causes Russell to have to make a move in the backfield.
Now the I-backs halfway into the end zone, 5 yards deep. Give it to the fullback. Cervantes bangs it out to the original line of scrimmage, not much more. Terrific Big Ten shootout, huh? At least it's typical Big Ten football.
November. And we made the mistake of listening to Barry Alvarez on Wednesday, who told us it was going to be 60 degrees all the way through the weekend. I think he was trying to recruit us. Advantage Kevin Cosgrove against Ken O'Keefe, the offensive coordinator from Iowa.
Saw those numbers. Only 2 of 14 on third down conversions. They're going to try to run it out with Russell. Still on his feet. Look out. Flags fly, and he's out to the 14. Not enough for the first down, but Fred Russell almost got it. But there is a flag down, and it's back at the 4-yard line.
I think they got Eric Rothwell working on Calvin Barrett. Fourth down, you got to decline this, Tim. No, do not accept this penalty.
Holding on the offense. And penalties decline. Fourth down.
You were getting a little nervous up here.
It's getting really scared. Sometimes you get greedy and think safety, but you just want the ball back.
Well, now you've got to kick it to Leonard, who's put it on the ground once tonight, but he's one of the best in the conference, and he'll be up by midfield. So you know Wisconsin's getting great field position here with 3:44 to play.
Kick it over to the numbers. You don't want it in 18's hands.
Good snap. This is a high punt. Leonard will fair catch it at the 48. A 34-yard punt and no return. Let's take a look at the BCS standings, brought to you by Allstate. Right up top is Oklahoma with an easy win today. Ohio State lost. USC's beating UCLA big, so they will move up. LSU got a big win. Texas plays Texas A&M on Friday. TCU is gone after their loss the other night.
Here's the intriguing one to me.
Now, see, the Trojan fans are going to be upset that you put a line through USC.
I didn't put a line through them. I meant to make a check mark there. No, I think the Trojans would give Oklahoma an awfully good game in the Sugar Bowl, but LSU winning on the road today against Mississippi. If they beat Arkansas and go to the SEC championship game and win, I think they have an argument that they may belong on Bourbon Street for New Year's Eve.
Good yardage on first down by Smith out to the 42-yard line.
Bob Sanders he's amazing.
The thing that hurts USC is UCLA, a team that showed so much promise early, got 6 wins early.
They'll get a bump.
Went in the tank, and so now they're weak.
But they'll
that
get a
counts
bump.
against USC.
They'll get a bump next week though against Oregon State, a team 7-3, playing against Oregon today in the Civil War. Trojans fans rooting for the Beavers.
27-21 under 3 minutes to play in Madison. This is Dwayne Smith, and he'll lose yardage. Terrific play by Bob Sanders again, and he has made some spectacular plays today.
Well, we've seen him do it on special teams. He recovered the fumble by Leonard. He caused Leonard to, he just is constantly playing downhill. He's improved his speed every single year. And you said it earlier, the only thing he is not is tall.
Well, he's got a bump on his head the size of a baseball. Sat out for a while while they iced it down. Couldn't get his helmet back on.
It's 5'8", 5'10" with the bump.
Just haven't been able to convert on third. Now they throw, and it's caught. Oh, what a catch by Darren Charles. It's a first down, Wisconsin, 23 yards on the play, and it's down to the 20.
There's a lot of nervous coaches on the sideline with this throw, because this throw was thrown into double coverage. Charles at 6'6" goes up and makes a nice play on the ball. But there's a lot of white jerseys. Considine's over there. Sanders is over there.
You mentioned earlier how hot he's been the last 2 games with 8 catches coming in over the last 2. That was a mismatch guy there. They threw it high. He went up and got it. He's got 3 here tonight. Badgers are just banging now inside the 15. 1:36 to play. What's the best rivalry in today's games? Well, we asked you the singular wireless poll question earlier, and you said Michigan, Ohio State.
That was a loaded question with the game at noon East Coast time. 100th meeting. Michigan looked like it was going to be a blowout early, then Ohio State came back and made it interesting.
Harvard, Yale ain't bad when you figure in history. Second down. They need 2. And they get 3.
Right now, if I am Wisconsin, I am going to try to melt this clock as much as possible. They need the touchdown and the PAT to take the lead. And I know you have a freshman quarterback, so it's kind of, he doesn't know all the situations. One of these guys running on needs to tell Stocco, listen, work the play clock. Let's melt this thing down.
Jonathan Orr comes in. Brandon White comes into the game. Your big backs come out, loaded with skilled position guys. They spread the field sideline to sideline. First and goal. Spread them thin, run between. Dwayne Smith, stopped by Hodge. Time permitting, coming up on the Thrifty Car Rental postgame report, John Terry and Craig will dissect the day's biggest games. That's time permitting.
At some point, Kirk Ferentz with 2 timeouts is going to start having to think about taking one to save time. Remember, he's got one of the best kickers in the country, so even if Wisconsin scores and gets the extra point, they would still have a shot with Nate Kading.
Still melting the clock down to 32, 31, 30. Stocco, middle's open to the 5. Clock still moves.
Get a timeout, Iowa. And that's the last. If Wisconsin with only 1, a little bit nervous. Now you're down to 0. Now you're forced to throw the ball into the end zone.
Well, Thanksgiving Friday, warm up the leftovers and join ABC Sports for a great college football doubleheader. Action kicks off at noon Eastern with Nebraska battling Colorado. Then at 3:30 Eastern, Lone Star State rivals collide when number 5 Texas takes on Texas A&M. Out in College Station, we'll be there for that one. That's Friday right here on ABC Sports. Nebraska and Colorado. First game was played way back in 1898. 62nd meeting between those schools. We'll be
just
out, as
a
I
pup
said,
back then.
out in College Station, Texas. Look at that, the 110th meeting of that one.
Well, you've got a freshman quarterback in, John Stocco. Jim Sorgi, the senior, took a shot to the head, was begging everybody who would listen on the sideline to let him go back in and play. His father, Jim Sr., came down and told him not to risk further injury. Matt Shabert came in and struggled through 2 interceptions that led to 10 points, or excuse me, 14 points for Iowa. Stocco, a lot of ability, but this is the tough area. The red zone gets so congested. You see it in practice. It's just not the same in the game. And Iowa gives you so many different looks in their secondary.
3rd and goal. 21 seconds remain. They need the touchdown to tie and the extra point to win. Out of the gun. Evans, your motion man. Throw the swing. Inside the 5.
Gotta go.
Stopped at the 4.
We've got to go.
12 seconds.
See, that's where Stocco, a freshman, he should have thrown that ball away. He should have seen that he could not have scored from there.
5 seconds. 3, 2. They're going to get it off. The snap. No time on the clock. Stocco throws incomplete. Iowa wins it. And the Hawkeyes go to 9-3 and 5-3 in the conference.
Kirk Ferentz going to meet Barry Alvarez in the middle of the field. They work together at